Greetings. Let's talk. The Principality of Windheim is now entering its second year, and the first year really was a lot of effort on the part of the royalty, specifically the Principality royalty, to help us establish our own unique, the beginning steps of us establishing our own unique identity. And part of that was the creation of a lot of new awards. And we both could not and did not want to simply take all of the awards that our parent kingdom had, rebrand them, and issue them in miniature. It doesn't work that way. We wanted something that represented a different take on the concepts of recognition in the disciplines. And that led to the creation of a lot of awards. It also led to the creation of several orders. And in the ensuing year, some of those orders have been switched to awards, and there's been talk of possibly making an order. And the end result, though, first of all, there is no final result. As I'm saying this, the awards are still being sorted out. And even the Kingdom of Ansteora, which is over 40 years old now, is still making new awards and retiring some old ones and adjusting its award structure. So while the incipient phases of Windheim's culture and realization of who we are certainly are much more frenetic and frenzied than Ansteora is, it's not that there's ever going to be a static point in this, but all of that is tangential to my point here, and that's led to some questions about what is an award versus what is an order. These are two different things. So, start with award. An award is effectively a thing. It's an item, not necessarily a physical item, but it is a thing that is given to someone in recognition for something. I hold an award of arms. The thing it gives me is the right to call myself Lord. I have a Sable Falcon, which is a singular award for my skills in target archery. These are individual awards that are given to me in recognition for some characteristic that the Crown has deemed it appropriate to recognize me for. Simple enough. I think we all know what awards are, but I want to establish that definition. What's an order? This is different. An order is not just a big award. An order is something very different. An order is a group of people who share a common theme or common characteristic or group of themes and characteristics that you are admitted into. Pardon this comparison, but it's sort of a club membership that you can't get, that generally speaking, that once you're in, you can't get revoked. So, a couple of people are probably scratching their heads right now going, okay, so what's the difference? Well, you probably know of some orders already and don't even realize it. Knights are part of an order. The actual title is Member of the Order of Chivalry. So, or Order of, you technically say Order of the Knights or Orders of the Master at Arms, but the fact of the matter is it is Order of Chivalry. Knights and Master at Arms are both peerages, and they are part of that order. You are admitted to it when the Crown welcomes you to join the order. Does that carry a rank? Absolutely it carries rank. It carries a peerage, a patent of arms, I believe is the proper term for it. Or letters patent, excuse me. And of course it carries the prestige that comes with that. We all know what a knight is. It's part of the SCA culture. And it's the same with the Laurel, the Master of Defense, and the Pelican. These are all orders. Odds has a number of grant level awards which are given out. You are welcomed in as a member of the order. I am a member of the Order of the Star of Merit. Now, does that carry a rank? Yes, it does. Does that mean that an order has rank to it? Not necessarily. Rank and orders, they can coexist. Part of the requirement of entering the Order of Chivalry is you are given a peerage. A membership into the Star of Merit, which I am a member of, is a grant of arms. The star carries with it a grant. Now, does that mean the two are intrinsically linked and can never be separated? Well, if they are going to be separated, that requires a change in kingdom law and the awards constitution. But it can happen. We used to have a grant level award for fighting in the rapier community called the White Scarf. And that was a terminal award. You couldn't go higher than a White Scarf because at the time there was no peerage for rapier. When they created the peerage for rapier, it was decided, and this is a whole nother conversation I'm not even really qualified to have, to divest the White Scarf from rank and make it a prestige order only. So now the Order of the White Scarf does not carry a grant. Now, people who already had a White Scarf retain their grant of arms, but future recipients would only receive it as a prestige order and would have to attain their grant from another award. And at the same time, the Blade of Merit was created. That is a grant level fighting award in Ars Deora now. But that was a way of accounting for the seismic shifts. And the point there is that the order remains, and it carries with it immense prestige, but it was divested of its rank. A White Scarf no longer automatically carries with it a grant of arms, which, it was a titanic shift when it happened. Now, that leads to some other questions. So, if you're made part of an order, does that mean that, is there a membership requirement? Do you have to all get together and do something? Is there a secret handshake? An order sounds really formal. It sounds really, wow, that's a community. What does that mean? And again, it absolutely can, but it's not automatic. I am a member of the Order of the Star of Merit. That is an order. And we have, Frank, you can go to the order of precedence, filter down by members of the Star of Merit, and that's effectively your membership role. Have I ever in my life attended or even heard of a meeting for members only of the Star of Merit? No. There's no community there. There's never been a reason, there's never been seen to be a reason or a benefit to try and create a community. Is there a community for our grant level fighting award, the Centurions of Ars Deora? Yes, there is absolutely a community there. And there is, even if it's unwritten, an expectation the Centurions will band together and take part in various activities, various fundraisers. The Centurions very much, from the start, when they were founded, it was expected that they would have a community where they would get together and socialize and be seen as a group. And even to this day, you have Centurions taking part in different revel activities. Or I think one of the ones I remember, this is before COVID, was the Centurions did dishwashing. And they would line up a bunch of tables, have a bunch of Centurions, have buckets of water, and after feast, everyone who ate feast would come through and they would hand over their plate, their bowl, their cup, and their silverware, and it would go down this line and it would come out the other end, clean and dried and hand back to you and ready to go back to your car. And I think that was done on a donation basis. They did it as a fundraiser. that was a community, and that is part of it. Now, is that written into law? Is there some charter saying the centurions must meet X number of times a year, and you as a centurion are expected to do this? No, no, not to my knowledge. I've never seen one in the awards constitution, but at a cultural level, that was established early and has remained a central part of how the centurions conduct themselves in the kingdom. Is they are a community, they are a force to be reckoned with. So, what do I want you to take away from this? Could I go down the rabbit hole of stories about some of the different communities in Onsteora and some of the bonkers stories that come with it? Yeah, absolutely. I've been playing a quarter century. I've heard some stories, but that's not why we're here. Why we're here is I want you, especially people in the Principality of Vindheim, but frankly, anywhere, to understand the difference between an order and an award. And understand what an order can mean, but doesn't necessarily automatically mean. If you're given an award, can you receive multiple awards? Yes, depending on certain limitations, you can. I have 3 Sable Thistles. Those are individual awards for arts and sciences. You can absolutely receive, depending on the award, multiples of those. Can you be admitted to an order multiple times? No. You're admitted once. That's the point of the order. Once you're in, you continue practicing that and move on and do greater things and earn different awards and get admitted to different orders. But as you go about your SCA career, you will hear talk of orders and talk of awards. You will hear talk of orders. You will hear talk of awards. Is it earth-shattering to just kind of lump them all together as cool thing you can get? No, but I think as you progress in your SCA career, understanding the difference between awards and orders, and understanding that some awards can be received multiple times, and understanding that being admitted to an order says something about you, and when you receive that versus what you've done since then, those say things about you as well. If you want to, that's valuable information that can help inform you about the people that you work with and play with going forward. It can help you find some truly amazing, little quirky, and at the same time spectacular individuals out there. So that really is all I wanted to say here. I wanted to kind of expound on that. There's a lot of other stories that can go into that, and I'd love to explore those venues sometime and talk about some of the nuances and details of the Onsteora award structure and some of our frankly bonkers history. But that's not why we're here today. We're here today to talk about the difference between awards and orders, and I'm hoping that I offered that explanation. So, until next time, I'll see you at the next event. Goodbye, and God bless.